Dear louse, expect me when I come. I can be no more clear than that. If you want accurate, by a clock, because my human mechanism winds up when it wants. It's on my say-so. Just what's on the blink when it's at home? Just because I don't perform as you want doesn't mean I'm functioning faultily. Machinery. I don't take 2 peas in my slot then give out bubble gum. My needs are intangible, I'll have you know. If you appreciate more that I don't start up like pulling out the choke on the motor, we make progress. I'm human, as Auden said, and the right as the boss pulls into a modern terminus. Brutalist, I think you'd call it. A sodden raincoat in concrete and a pitted car park, view of a wall. We have lurched, hydraulic brakes hissed, have eaten my sandwiches. There's a toilet on board, and I'm northward bound to where I know but won't name now. We need some space, my dear, and I have come to walk where the poets did. Wish you were here in part. I miss the you that doesn't make commands, and surly in my tracks so we're straight and don't get lost in the details. You know the word afflatus? Does it make me sound pretentious to suggest you will carry me past Cumberland to formulate words for what I want to impart vis-a-vis our relationship? A divine wind surges its explanation, madam. I feel it as it starts to stir, a whoosh of providence, epiphany. Nothing to do with the Rennie, not a fart. And it can't be put down to the chemical toilet which is in my vicinity. It comes from our trembling heart. When I ran away, you said, from our situation, to finally face the facts, it wasn't, as you agonized in your previous communication, that your label stuck out or your hair was lank. It wasn't cold cream on your spots rubbing off, or a zit. That paints me as a purely physical git, as one indulging only when the brute quotidian stirs me in regards big breasts. The motor mechanic aspect gets me, as referred to previously, and what we might term the act. The fluttering of asphalts, not the fluttering of eyelids, or the ronco cleanse 10 to the stylish yips. I wouldn't lift off without gentle intervention to skip beats of my inner self. You suggest atrial fibrillation from your biology textbook, but you're missing the point, clever clogs. I deal in purely figurative phrases. I'm a morass of feelings, missus. And I wait for the Holy Ghost, if he's not too crass to quote, to take me. A wind, a gosh, I can do nothing but respond in the centre of my soul to your beauty. To the moment when you take your glasses off and the hairpins out and we're lost in the moment is where I live. Last week, I caught myself pondering the football results. What your mother was doing coughing up her phlegm, or were the springs on the vet too noisy where we were? I'll say it now in case you thought I wasn't interested. My true desire, which is you, pure and whole in mind and body, you've read your DH, Lawrence, surely, gets deflected by nonsense. I've read John done to you, at length, picnics, when I took your closed eyes meant you were considering him. And I want to realise in 1968 the corollary in our courtship, not cheapen what we are. I want this world we are in to take the form of a Petrarchan sonnet. Apologies, a pen jogged there, with just pulled out with Preston. I fear I've made a mess with ink. The bumps on the road make my handwriting shocking. If I can find a postbox when I get there, I'll send part 1. And hopefully progress through the highlands and beyond, find clarity and space to indulge you with parts 2 and parts 3. I've taken Basildon Bond, stamped shoes and the wind cheater. Wait for me. And strengthen crows of the martyrs, and those I recommend, and picture me not as a lion clock dinging, our road sweeper with his brush. I am as turtle dove to those crude things. I cannot be bid as the button on your blouse or the clasp on your silk stocking. I was born in no factory. I hear revving in the bowels of this contraption finally, taking me to wild and free country. So adieu, dear one. My advice runs, sit on your hands, take a brisk walk, brood sparingly. This will be good for both of us in the long run. Find a hobby. Wish your mum well. If she would let you visit Coventry, we'll share a hot chocolate, biscuits, discuss significance of the cathedral building, then get down to business. I drink my flask with Bothril and think of you, Eaglebrow. Chunok, your undoubted admirer and long-standing fella. Cuthbert.